Hi everybody, Craig here. Welcome back to the Battle for Wesnoth campaign, Dead Water. In our last episode, we completed Scenario 10, and unfortunately it came at a substantial cost, and that was the loss of Guabo, who was a loyal unit that has been with us since the very first scenario of the campaign. He was a level 3 entangler, which makes the loss even that much more painful. However, we did successfully complete the scenario, and we achieved the flaming sword that belonged to the Silver Mage Caledon very briefly. Prior to that, it had been in the hands of a Lich that we helped defeat. Now, overall, I'm still pretty happy with where we're at. We got quite a bit of gold. We finished up pretty quickly, so we had a huge amount of bonus gold. But yeah, oh my goodness, does that ever sting, losing Guabo. You know, it's just not fun to lose a loyal unit that you have at level 3, especially one who's, you know, been critical to the story as sort of a chief companion. But we're not going to, you know, lament the loss too much. We're just going to keep moving forward. And before we jump into the next scenario, I did just want to give a couple of quick shout outs to a few individuals who left some excellent comments on the previous episode. The first of those comments is from Ratched Nuruddin. Now, Nuruddin pointed out that I could have given the sword to Krellis instead of giving it to this merman warrior. And that's because, again, we didn't give the Triton to Krellis earlier. We gave it to this merman Triton that we now have. Now, my rationale there is that Krellis has an impact-based melee attack that does pretty good damage, and we know impact is going to be better against some of the undead we're going to be fighting, like the bone-type units, the skeletons like Chocobones, Bone Shooters, Death Blades, you know, any kind of skeletal unit. They are going to be resistant to pierce and blade damage, but they're actually going to be susceptible to the impact damage. Therefore, I didn't think it would be as useful as it would be giving it to a unit that otherwise would be kind of not able to fight very well against the undead. And so I thought the warrior was a good choice. But I do agree with Nuruddin that it's nice to kind of have your main character having sort of a special ability or special attack like that. So, you know, definitely wouldn't have been a bad choice to give it to Krellis either. Nuruddin also mentioned if I had paid a little bit more attention to some of the zone of control stuff going on when Caledon appeared and took the sword, I might have actually been able to kill him in one fell swoop on the first turn and pick up the sword and thus prevent the loss of Guabo. And again, shame on me for not noticing, but just always a good reminder. You know, it's easy to kind of panic. I think I definitely got a little rattled. I didn't expect the things that happened to happen. Like when Caledon took the sword, he summoned a couple of these fire elementals, which I wasn't expecting. And then on top of that, I sort of figured that once I killed the Lich, the undead would either flee or dissipate or stop being a threat, but they weren't. They continued to attack. And so kind of both of those things led to a greater challenge for me. So just, you know, I didn't do a good job of kind of, you know, optimizing and getting that kill to you know, save Guabo. Also, Nuruddin pointed out that my use of my bat really came in handy. I think the bat ended up over here, but we had the bat at one point over on this side, and it really drew a lot of aggro and really delayed most of the enemies that were kind of over on this side from getting back into the fight until just at the end. By that point, I had already kind of accomplished what I needed to. So the bat really came in handy again. Comment here from Roge Tebnalok. Roge kind of echoed what Ratch Nuruddin had said, which is that really could have made better choices, more optimal choices to try to save Guabo from death and to kill Caledon in one turn. Obviously, that would have been highly desirable. Aquamarin had a comment. He kind of sympathized with me for thinking that killing the Lich would stop the undead, you know, as I had just mentioned. You know, it's not an unreasonable thing to assume, and so, you know, shame on me, I guess, for making the assumption, but I appreciate the sympathy at the very least. Comment from NC. NC sort of had, I'm going to try to sum up what he said, but basically, I played this one kind of stupid but fast. And so the fast part benefited me because obviously I finished in only 11 turns, which means a ton of bonus gold, which means in the upcoming scenario, we're going to have a ton of gold to work with, which is wonderful. The stupid part being I didn't really rely on cannon fodder units, and I paid the price for that by losing Guabo. I also lost a level 2 Siren chain unit, Enchantress, I think it is, that unfortunately I was trying to level up and just I got greedy and it got killed by a Chocobone. So NC also mentioned that in this upcoming battle, I should be very well equipped with the amount of gold I have. And Nicholas HK is sort of echoing that same thing. It sounds like the next battle is going to be, or the next scenario is going to be the final battle against the undead, and that I'm going to have what I need in the form of the gold and a decent selection of units. So hopefully I'm well equipped for it. As always, guys, a huge thank you for the excellent comments and suggestions. They are extremely appreciated. Let's jump into the next scenario and see what happens here. Kai Krellis and his people no longer feared the open ocean, and they made straight for Tygea's island to show her the flaming sword. Getting help. We have brought the flaming sword. Caledon tried to steal it for himself, but we were able to get it back from him. He did not part with it willingly, so he must be dead. It is as you say. No matter. He was a fool. Now you have done as I asked, grandson, so I will travel with you to your home and help you rid it of restless spirits. My priestesses will come as well and will be at your disposal. You may now recruit mermaid priestesses. Also, I have a little gold I can bring along. Nice, we got an extra 100 gold. I assume that's going to be additive with what we already have. The mission had been more difficult than Kai Krellis would have believed when he started. Finally, though, the end was in sight. He had seen how priestesses could carve through masses of undead, and now he traveled with a whole contingent of them. Tyegea was even more powerful, though as unpredictable as Cylana had said. The tribe that had fled Jotha, unable to fight, returned as an army stiffened by veteran fighters and led by a warrior king. Though they were tired from their journey, weariness fell from them as they neared home. The merfolk arrived during the night and found the mouth of their bay guarded, so they headed south along the coast to some outlying villages to gather news of the invaders. Revenge. Kai Krellis, you live! We thought you and your people had all been killed when Jotha fell. No, most of us escaped. I thought your settlements might be far enough away to escape harm, but you look as if you had seen battle. Indeed, though we have not been hard-pressed, the creatures have been busy fouling the waters and making the bay more to their liking. We worry that they will soon be back to finish with us, and I fear we will not survive. We come prepared for battle and have brought help. We will reclaim our home and make yours safe as well. Mal Ravanal will pay this day. Good, we will join you. You will be impressed with how quickly Tabomo here crushes skeletons. I think we should make the ruined castle on the mainland our home base. The undead cut down many trees there to make bridges, and it is much easier to move through now. All right, well, I guess technically this is scenario 12 because that little interlude where we picked up Tyegea was scenario 11. So this is scenario 12, Revenge. Our victory condition is to defeat all enemy leaders. And our defeat condition is the death of Kai Krellis. This is important. It means that we can technically afford to lose any other character, including Cylana or Tyegea, I'm assuming. And then it notes this is the last scenario. And I don't see a turn limit, so I guess we just go until we have killed all the enemy leaders or until Kai Krellis gets killed. Well, so this is the final battle. You know, I really like how in this scenario it's sort of come full circle, right? Like we've, you know, that saying's even more funny because we literally sort of made a circle, as you could see on the map leading into this. But we've returned home stronger, more wise, with better army, and we're gonna, you know, bring the fight to the undead here. So, let's see what we're dealing with. Okay, so we are starting off in the, I guess, the southwestern portion of the map. They've built all of these docks here, which is going to make things more challenging because the undead are therefore going to be able to just move around like crazy. Looks like there's a necromancer in the middle base here, which they're currently like beefing up it. I guess that would be kind of what they're doing here. You can see they're making, changes to the terrain. These are the guards, I assume, that they were talking about up here. A revenant and a draug. Revenant and a draug. Okay, we've got a Death Knight. We've got a Lich, Mal Ravanal. So really, from what I see here, let me make sure I've got this right. I count 1 enemy leader, 2 enemy leaders, 3 enemy leaders. I think that's it. From what I can see, that's it. So we've got, I guess you'd say southeast, northeast, and center. And then there's nothing up here as far as I can tell. These aren't enemy leaders. They're just guards. So I think we probably just make a beeline push for the guy in the middle here. See if we can take down Mal Ravanal. And then from there we can spread out and go for either the Death Knight. Now his terrain is going to be trash for us. That's going to be really bad. Or we go for Mal Ravanal down here in the south. That's kind of what I'm thinking. Now we're going to want to use our bat to grab villages for us. That's kind of a given. Looks like we start off with a couple of loyal units over here. Got a brawler, a fighter, and a hunter. So that's going to be helpful. We could use them even just to grab villages or something. I wouldn't mind maybe grabbing that one up north. So why don't we just head up and try and do that? I think what we'll do, though, is the bat is going to, like I said, just start grabbing everything possible here. So we'll fly out this way. We'll probably just go over here to grab villages with the bat. And then we'll head north. We're going to go straight for this Wesnoth character. All right, so we've got Silana. We've got Kashan. We've got Tyegea. We've got Inky, of course. So I think we're in pretty good shape here, actually. So let's just start making a beeline for it. We'll go right here. And yeah, we're just going to get as aggressive as possible here. Like I said, we are going to make a push for the enemy commander in the center. Try and take that center base. And then if we can do that, hopefully then we can push for the Lich down here and the Death Knight in the corner. So let's see. We have almost 700 gold, which is fantastic. So let's see. Who do we want to bring back? I think we just go nuts. We go for all our Diviners, our Triton, our Entangler. We've got 2 Tritons, one of which... I can't remember what that little symbol is here. Oh, he has Arcane on his attacks. That's right. So we have a Triton with Arcane. We have a Triton that has the Storm Trident. And then we have our... where's our warrior? Our warrior with the Flaming Sword. So we've got quite a bit of muscle. This is really good. So let's bring one of our healers back. We'll bring our Triton back. We'll bring our Entangler. It's really a shame we lost Guabo, but we'll make it work. We've got 2 Entanglers, actually. We might as well bring our Siren along for the ride as well. Because this is the last scenario, we can just go for broke here. We really don't have to worry about... we'll bring the Entangler, I think. We really don't have to worry about, saving anything for the next scenario or whatever. We can spend all of our gold... just get real aggressive with it. That's kind of what I'm thinking. The Hunter and the Brawler we're going to send into the middle. This guy's literally just going up here to grab villages. Yeah, I'd say that's pretty good. We'll grab this one here with Krellis. And then I think that's going to do it. We'll end our turn there. So now let's see what they're going to summon here for units. At dawn, the merfolk got a good look at their opponents. This doesn't look too bad. Maybe not yet, but just wait. The merfolk, they came back. Bring back the search parties. Call back the hordes. Just make some more, you fool. There are plenty of corpses to go around. So that makes me think that there's going to be reinforcements that are going to show up at some point here. That would be kind of my hunch based on that, kind of that little exchange there. So we'll grab this village, charge up this way. Again, the goal is going to be to just go for this necromancer, try to put the hurt on him and kill him as quickly as possible. Shoot, yeah, we can't get up to that village yet. So we will just go like this. Again, we are going as quickly as possible just to get up there. Try to get into the fight. Like I said, I really think it's going to be good for us to just rush one of the enemy commanders first. And then we'll basically deal with this one after the fact. And maybe we go after the Death Knight last, just because the terrain nearby him is going to be pretty unpleasant to deal with, I think. All right, so who else are we bringing back? We're going to bring our Triton. I don't know if it makes sense to bring the Spearman, because he's not really going to be that well equipped to fighting the undead. We'll bring our Warrior. And then I'm almost thinking we just go with a bunch of, like, Brawlers and Initiates or something like that. We can do Priestesses now, so let's see what that's going to be like. Oh, wow, they're 31 gold, so they are expensive to grab, but pretty useful, obviously. So we don't... Oh, I thought we could recruit Brawlers, but we can't. So maybe we just grab some Citizens just to have, like, some cannon fodder. We'll do a couple Citizens just to have a few to kind of do their thing. And then I think maybe we will recruit a Priestess or two. Oh, I guess we have this Brawler. We can bring him back. Let's see. Who else do we have? Nobody else really that exciting to bring back. Like, this one's halfway to a level up, which isn't bad. And this Spearman, like, it's not like he's useless. It's just that the bone units are going to be pretty resistant to his damage. So I'm not as keen on trying to bring him back. All right, well, let's do a Priestess. We have the gold. We might as well get crazy with spending it. Within reason, of course, right? I think we will end it there. I'm just double-checking our units. Yeah, we're going to end it right there. Okay, so now... Ooh, and this guy's just doing ghosts. Oh, yeah, the guy in the middle, he's just doing, like, soulless and walking corpses and bats and stuff. Ooh, that Death Knight's going to be tough. So the Death Knight, ideally we want to fight him during the day, right? So right now it is morning. So if we can push real aggressive, we might actually be able to get to this fight before the nighttime rolls around. Maybe we can kill Mal Ravanal quick and easy. I mean, it won't be easy, but quick. Now down here, these ghosts are going to be devastating. We've got Night Gaunts, which are the level 3 skirmisher backstab units. They are just devastatingly powerful. Spectres as well, with their Bane Blade that has Drain. They can be real trouble. So we're going to have to be highly careful about all these ghosts down here. I think that could be a real problem for us. So yeah, we need to kill this guy in the middle as soon as possible just to make this easier for us here, I think, really. We're probably going to keep Kashan around as well. We'll go like this. Again, the goal here, just get everybody up to the front lines. Get them into the fight as soon as possible. We'll go like that. This guy's already done his job, so we can come down and go for this village now. The hunter's going to just loop around this way. The group down here, we may have to send some to counter these ghosts and whatnot. So I think we'll kind of go a little bit like this. We can still go up that way, but... And go like this. All right, and now it's just going to be recruiting and recalling more troops. Again, we don't really have anything else worth bringing, so I think I'm just going to go with maybe one more priestess and then a whole bunch of citizens because they are dirt cheap. I can just flood with citizens. Like, literally, I'll just make a ton of them. I could also make, like, just a ton of priestesses, which would be pretty good. All right, I think we're good. We're going to end it there. Oh, man. Yeah, that Night Gaunt is terrifying. And he's just going to be cranking out. Oh, yeah. Shadows and Night Gaunts. Ugh. Not looking forward to that. Okay. Yeah, thankfully the guy in the middle just seems to be making mostly walking corpses, so there's a lot of cannon fodder to get through, but if we can do it... The problem here is that these bone guys are going to get there to reinforce him. I suppose this does look a little overwhelming. I may enjoy it, though. It can be satisfying to rain holy fire down on misbehaving spirits. Well, I guess that's one way to look at it. Now, we don't want to just throw anybody into, like, harm's way unnecessarily here, so we do have to be cautious. I think we'll charge in maybe like this. Yeah, we'll go here. We can hit this guy. Oh, that's right. They benefit from being in the water. I forgot about that. We'll go here with Cylana. We'll light beam this guy to death. Good. This guy here, we will just attack this one. Nope. Tyegea is going to provide healing to Cylana. Boy, Inky, just the mobility, lack of mobility is really annoying. So I guess we'll go here. Oh, nice. We can get in here like this. It'd be good, though, to get another healer in there. Ooh, and we can't really do that. So you know what? I'm going to go just like this. And we will cruise up this way. Pelgana can go here. The Sean's going to go there. All right. So we're getting everybody into the fight here, though, which is good. Okay, that's pretty good. Yeah, we're just going to have to watch out for these ghosts. So our bat needs to get the heck out of there. So let's run away. Again, I kind of almost think we're going to just have some units out here to fight the ghosts. Almost really just as kind of sacrificial lambs. All right, so everybody's just cruising up. Priestess is going to stick with the pack. All right, so money-wise, we got 350, so we can still do a lot of recruiting. So yeah, maybe we'll grab a couple priestesses here. Grab a couple of initiates. Another initiate, sure. And then we'll grab another citizen. Right, and I think we're okay. We'll keep our bat moving back. All right, and then we're going to end it there. I think that's decent. Really, hopefully we can kill the enemy commander in the center quick, though, like by turn, 6 or 7 here. I think my objective then is to go after Kevek because of all the ghosts. As annoying as these bone guys are going to be, I feel like they're less of a threat. I hope a lot of these units move out, and then we can actually get in there and hit the enemy commander. Also, it's afternoon now, so we really got to try and get in there to hit him. Oh, yeah, there, he's summoning more. We're going to end up fighting at night, which is not going to be good for us. Yeah, I'm pretty nervous about those skeletons, that's for sure. Yeah. Oh, yeah, now it's dusk, so we don't want to fight during the night if we can avoid it. But if we can get in there and kill him, I mean, that gives us a huge advantage. One thing we could try and do is throw the Brawler out here to lure the Necromancer out to attack us, right? Because the enemy can't resist getting an attack on, or a ranged attack on a melee unit, right? That's something they just love to do, so maybe we can take advantage of that. All right, how do we want to do this? So we want to kill this guy for sure. So Siren can go in here. Water spray this guy hopefully to death. Nope, that's annoying. Oh, that's so lame. You know what? Brawler could go right here. Get the kill and hopefully then still lure out the Necromancer. Yeah, because if he goes here, that's really good. He's got, like, not super good defense right there. So, alternatively, we could just go in and start attacking him, but I feel like that's pretty dangerous. So, maybe instead we just group up with our Brawler here, and we hope that the Necromancer just can't resist. I suppose that's an option. This Priestess can cruise up here. Do some light beam. Good kill. Yeah, ghosts, and more ghosts. Not my favorite thing to deal with. All right, well, we'll put citizens on all the villages just to try to delay them slightly at the very least. You know what? We'll just form a wall right here. We're gonna... Whoops. Undo that. Yeah, we're gonna just form a wall here. I know this is gonna end poorly, but... And we'll go up... Go up there. The bat is going to just retreat. No sense having the bat really get in any danger. Priestesses are going to go and help. Try and maybe kill some of those ghosts with magic. That's probably going to be the best counter to it, to be honest. Well, on that note, let's grab another priestess, a couple of priestesses here. And then we'll do maybe an initiate and some more citizens. Lots of citizens. Just sheer force of numbers, I'm thinking. These two I actually want to send in to assist up top. So, I think I'll send the Brawler up to just start punching here. Yeah, let's do that. Brutal luck for us, of course. As usual. We'll go in and try for some Trident pokes. Nice. First hit, that's good. Now, our warrior who has the sword can go in there. Ooh, and it is a magical attack, which means it has a much better chance to hit, which is very nice. So let's do that. Okay, almost dead. I would like to get Inky in there to really help more, so I kind of want to put Inky further up, really. You know what? Let's try and get this kill here. Nice. There we go. Close to a level up. That's kind of cool. This bat may still kill him, but, I mean, it's still pretty sweet. Right there. We'll grab that village. Refa Mesa is, like, about to level up, which is really good. You know what? We're going to put Poseidon here. And we'll fire our Storm Trident. Nice. There, that's great. Now, Refa Mesa could go up and grab this village. I don't hate that idea. Yeah, let's do that. And then Inky can provide support. Alternatively, we just go and try to hit this bat. Yeah, you know what? Let's do that. We'll try for a poison. Nice. Good damage. That actually went super well. You know, and in retrospect, I maybe should have sent Kashawn down with this group to give leadership bonus. But, I mean, he's a beast up here, so I feel like he's still helpful. I'm just not really using his leadership to maximum potential, which is perhaps not the best. We're going to grab that village, and then I want a healer to get really up in there more. I think we'll send Cylana here, like this. And then we will light beam. Nice. Okay, good work. And then we can go here. We want to keep... Remember, we want him not in his castle. We want him standing here, 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 here. Basically anywhere that's not in the castle. So I think we'll just go here with the Entangler. Again, hopefully he's going to come out of his base. That's really the intention here. I want him to attack the Brawler. That would be my preference. Let's see. Diviner. Yeah, Pelgana can go maybe here. We'll go like this. Grab that village. Now Tyegea. I'm going to go maybe here and just support our Triton. And then Kashawn, I think I'm going to just keep back right here. And again, hopefully he steps out. If he doesn't, it's going to be a lot harder. But at least we're in a good position to basically just let him have it. All right, we're going to end it here. All right, these ghosts are going to start hitting us hard here. Ouch. That's nasty. Well, they got that village. That's annoying. Not really unexpected, given that we're fielding fairly weak units, but... yeah, we're going to have to really... I think we're just going to have to start doing nothing but priestesses and initiates to really counter the ghosts. Because really the arcane damage, the magic, is the only thing that's really going to do anything to them. Alright, we poison that bat so it's running away. Oh, dang. Well, now he's not going to move because... oh, he might... yeah, we did it! That's what we needed. Okay, now we can probably kill him. Or at least wound him severely. I hope Cylana doesn't die, but if she does, I mean, it is what it is. She's pretty close to a level up, though, so... nice. Good. We want this space open. Yes, because we want to be able to go in there to hit the enemy. So, all right. So Cylana has to run. That's for sure, because she is in bad shape. But she did her job. She cleaned things up and got the Necromancer is now out of his hidey hole. So we should be able to go stand behind him as well. And yes, I realize it's nighttime, but if we can kill the enemy commander, that's a big, big move for us. So here's what I'm thinking. Man, if we could get this guy a level up, that would be really nice. Refa Mesa is about to level. So the best units to hit this guy are probably going to be melee. So like our Triton would be really good with his piercing damage. We want to make sure we use our Diviners to get Illuminate for that benefit. Ooh, our Blade attack isn't terrible. I'm thinking really it's just going to be a lot of... we want to hit with as many melee attacks as we can. Although magic is fine, it just means we're going to take potentially a lot of damage, that's all. Now this is where if we could hit him with the Entangler and get a slow, that would be 10 out of 10. Okay, so what if we go here, go for the slow, and just pray that it lands so we don't take a schwack load of retaliatory damage. Yeah, I think we could probably do that. So let's just pray. Yes! Spectacular. We didn't even take any damage. And now he's slowed, which means we can hit him a lot easier. Do have to be mindful of Pelgana here getting attacked. But that's really good. That makes this a lot easier now. We can't get in behind there. That's super annoying. Thought we could. Oh, nice. Kishan can. That does put him in a dangerous spot, but at least he can get back there. So we might do that. Well, now we can hit him with magic and not worry so much. I mean, we could still take some nasty damage, but it's a lot less. So let's just do this. Ooh, we took the full brunt of it, which is not really what we wanted, but that's fine. Just seeing what would make the most sense here. I don't really think... Where's our flaming sword guy? Oh, he's over here. It's too bad. If he was in there, he could maybe get that kill and get a level up. Or, well, get a lot of experience anyway. But that's fine. He can hang out back here. All right, so to try to get the kill, I'm thinking probably want to do that with... I mean, Kishan can go in. Probably not going to get the kill easily, though. So maybe we just go here. You know what? Let's pull our Brawler back because he kind of got smacked around pretty good. We'll put our Triton here, and then we'll just start stabbing him. I think that's going to be our best chance to get the finish. Yeah. Save me, Lord Rava! Heck yeah. All right, well, 1 out of 3 down. I feel like that's a big accomplishment. It's only turn 6, and we're already 1 out of 3 eliminated, so I'm pretty happy with that so far. So now we got to clean this up and try to occupy this base so we can fight the onslaught of undead coming our way. We got chocobones. We got to watch out for that. We know how devastating they can hit, especially at night. And we know that our units on the bridge here are at a big disadvantage because that is a low defense tile for them. We may even want to throw some of our citizens out there. At least I think it is. Well, this one on land is. This one in the water isn't. Okay, that's good to know. So if we did put Pelgana there, she's not at a disadvantage. That's actually helpful to know. So then we could throw citizens out in front to just act as cannon fodder. So let's do that. Wow, super annoying that we did not get that kill. Yeah, and that's not going to be easy to do that way. Well, that kind of screws my plan up quite a bit. We'll still put a citizen there. We'll just have to... Alright, there we go. That's what we wanted. And now we could put a brawler there. We could put somebody else just to kind of soak up some of the... oh, you know what? Here's an idea. Oh, yeah, look at that. Arcane, big arcane. We might even be able to get the kill. Very nice. Our Triton doing work. Now, we did take some punishment, so I wouldn't mind maybe having this Brawler up in there. Even though the Brawler is going to be at a bit of a disadvantage, I feel like it's still pretty good just having him there to kind of protect the Triton a little. Now, if we do this and he gets hit, he's going to die, but he could do some good damage, so let's do this, even though he's not really supported. Nice. Okay, that went pretty well. All right. Okay, over here, we want to kill this bat probably, but I'm, like, not that fussed about it. It's just kind of annoying. That's fine. It's not really that big of a deal. Alright, well, we'll use Flaming Sword Guy. Good. And then, Inky can move on up. And we can step up here. Well, we want to kill this walking corpse, I think. So let's just light beam it away. There we go. And then we'll park This guy can go to that village. Now, in the middle here, we do want to try to clean this up at least a bit. I think we put Tyegea there. And we either kill the bat or maybe the corpse, and then we put our Flameheart there. Flameheart makes me nervous, though, because we know that he's susceptible to the pierce damage of Bone Shooters and Chocobones, so that could get pretty ugly pretty fast. We have to be mindful of that. You know what? We can go here with our Priestess. Finish this. Well, we won't be able to kill the bat, but we'll at least be able to hurt it pretty heavily. Oh, you know what? Cylana can go here and finish this bat off. Yep, I like that. Very nice. Yeah, and she's still out of harm's way, but now she's getting healing from the village, so that's good. And then, yeah, Tyegea can go here. And hopefully just blast the heck out of this guy. Good. I was like, oh my gosh, if we don't get that kill, I'm going to be very annoyed. Ooh, and didn't realize Kashan couldn't make it all the way in there. That's kind of annoying. But it is what it is. Priestess can go here and probably maybe kill the bat. Well, no, we'd have to hit all of our hits. Hey, we got lucky. I'll take it. Now Kashan can go there for what it's worth. Yeah, let's do that. He's got healing support. I think he'll be okay. Ooh, and you know what? Our Entangler. Oh, money. Our Entangler can go here. Now he wouldn't have healing support, but he would have super high defense, which I think would be just fine. So that's what we're gonna do. Ooh, and he missed all his attacks. That's annoying. All right, now down here. All right, the name of the game is Magic. Magic, magic, magic. So, Priestess Blast, Light Beam. Gotta land as many of these as we can because we need the damage. Some Water Spray. Man, we're really not having good luck here. We're gonna step in with this Priestess. Light Beam some more. Wow, we are getting trolled here on our attacks. Let's see if we can get this kill. There, finally. My goodness. Well, that's wonderful. Right, and then now the problem is this attack does a lot of damage, and I believe we are susceptible to cold, if I'm not mistaken. But hey, we got lucky, so I'll take it. Priestess is here. We just need to move them up, get them into the fight. Our bat. I really don't think there's much else for the bat to do at this stage. I think we just keep him sort of in reserve. I don't want to lose him for no reason, right? Even though I technically don't need to keep him alive, I think it would be... He's useful, and he's been a good little bat. He's served us well. We still got 95 gold, so we can still do some recruiting if we are so inclined, and I think we will do that. I just want to figure out if we should use these initiates perhaps a little more aggressively. I don't think we really need to, per se. We've killed the biggest threat, which was that Night Gaunt, so we're probably okay to just kind of hold out here. Yeah, and they've got Drain, which I don't love, so I'm going to probably hold off on any melee attacks. I think we're fine down here. This guy I'm going to send up to join the main group. Okay, things I'm a little nervous about at the moment. I would say this situation, because these Chocobones are so nasty, and it's currently nighttime, not really loving that. Also, this Draug could really hit us hard, but right now, you know, he can hit Kashan. That's the only thing that's a little scary. I probably shouldn't have put Kashan in here, but I figured, what the heck. And I don't think we can recruit. No, Kashan can't recruit. I think the only one who can is Krellis. So, well, let's do that. We'll grab another Priestess. Maybe 2 more Initiates. And then let's just go Citizens to burn out our gold supply here. And we'll do one more, and then that is all of our gold. And now Krellis himself can join the fray. And we can use his leadership to boost some of our units in there. Meanwhile, our bat, you know what? Our bat can maybe go up to try to help in the middle. Okay, we're just going to check our movement, make sure we kind of done everything we can that makes sense. I think we have. We're going to end it there. Now we are going to hope beyond hope that we don't get slaughtered too badly over the night here. We got kind of lucky there. We dodged some hits. I think any citizens we level up are probably going to just mostly get turned into brawlers, really. Okay, there are some ghosts moving around to kind of flank us, so we got to be mindful of that. I think our next target is probably going to be the Death Guard, or the Death Knight up here, but I don't know. Oh, that's too bad. Ooh, we lost somebody else there, I think. Okay, oh, nice. We got super lucky with that Chocobone. Ooh, and what's going on with the Draug here? So he's got some effect on him. I wasn't paying that close attention. Oh, I think he got stunned by the tail, maybe. Yeah, I think that's what that was. Okay, well, you know what? This is a pretty good setup for us here. I'm moderately pleased with this. I mean, again, could I have done things better? Absolutely. Am I happy that we've killed off one of the enemy commanders so far? Absolutely. I think we push for the Death Knight next. And that being said, though, like, his base down here is not well defended, Malkavek. So, you know, if we can kind of survive this, we could just push with what we've got here and get to him. So I might just use Krellis and all these priestesses to lead this force, cut through the ghosts, and really make a push to try to get rid of the Lich. And while I'm doing that, conversely, I can my main force can really push for the Death Knight. We just have to watch out for all these Chocobones. And it is coming up on, it's still night, but it's going to be daytime at least reasonably soon. I think this is a great spot to leave it as a part one. I would say so far so good, you know, cautiously optimistic. We're going to save this one and call this. We'll call it part one. And as always, guys, thank you very much for watching. I really do appreciate it, and I'll see you in the next one.